This video explains how to manage permissions in Virola Messenger. I have logged in as two users to show you how permissions work. One user is the server admin, and the other is a regular user John. I will manage permissions from admin's account. To access permission settings, go to Administration and select Permissions. Here you can see Global User Permissions and Global Room Permission settings. Let's look at the first one. Global permissions for all users apply to everyone in the system, except the administrator. I will undock permissions window and put it on the left, while on the right side of the screen you will see John's account. This way, you can see the changes I make in the real time. By default, all users can create private and public chat rooms. Every user in Go to File menu, choose Find People to create a private chat or New Meeting Room to create a public one. The same options appear by right-clicking the chat rooms list. Let's revoke these rights. Menu items in John's profile disappeared. Also, John can't see these options under File menu anymore. And now let's explore a more complex part of permissions, the public room permissions for all users. These permissions apply to all users in all public chat rooms, except the admin and room moderators. And room moderators can make the restrictions in their rooms even stricter. To prevent John and all other users from sending text messages, I can remove the permission for that. This will also disable other 3 permissions related to sending messages, but users will still be able to use emoji reactions. However, I can block this permission as well. Now users cannot see the option to react with emoji, but can still undo their previous reactions. So, now users cannot send anything to the main chat, but they can still create a discussion thread, write messages there and access all the additional functions. I can also stop them from writing messages in a discussion thread by blocking that permission. There is one more thing that users can still do: they can modify the properties of the issues created by other users. I will show you this on Monica's issue. John cannot edit the issue text itself, but he can change any of the properties. If I block this permission, John will not be able to open the list of assignees or change any other parameters. And the last permission here restricts access to Meeting Recorder, which is currently visible to everyone, but here is how it looks like if I revoke this permission. You can always check any user's permissions in a certain room by clicking on the avatar picture first and then choosing a key icon. At the end of the list, you will find the Final Permissions item. I'll check Final Permissions for John. I have denied all the permissions globally, and this is reflected in his permissions review. All the users on this server have the same final public room permissions now. The same set of permissions is available for private chat rooms. These permissions apply to all users in all private chat rooms and only admin can change them. In the next video I'll show how to set permissions for particular rooms or users, what a room moderator can do in permission hierarchy.